Well, that wasn't really part of the script. Yes, people, welcome back to another Arsenal match reaction. Today, Arsenal lost 2-1 to Lens in match week 2 of the Champions League. And unfortunately, with that result, we've actually kind of done ourselves a really bad favour there, because not only do Lens go above us in the group, the team that are pot 4, we've dropped the game. That means we're actually going to have to go even harder in our next few matches to then make up that position. Look, this is the point with Arteta, right? He's played his strongest 11 here today, and we've had a double negative. A, Saka's got injured, which none of us would have wanted. B, we've lost the game. You might as well play your reserves at that rate. Do you get what I mean? Like, we've lost the football match. It's really poor show, in my opinion, today, because we did not need that one bit, man. We've got a massive game on Sunday against Man City. Now we're going into that game off the back of a loss. I spoke how highly of us, how we were able to win our previous 2 games going into Man City game. We're completely forgetting we had the Champions League game in midweek that we could screw that up for. Last season, when we played Man City, we played Man City off the back of 2 games back-to-back when it was home and away against them, where we lost our previous game or drawn our previous game. You don't want that. You want all the momentum you can get going into that Man City game. And I feel like this just halted our momentum a little bit. Yes, it's not a Premier League loss, but it's still your first loss of the season. It's never easy. It's always a bitter pill to swallow whenever you lose a match. And I thought like we actually quite outplayed today at times by Lens. Now, make no mistake about it, Lens are a very smart and pragmatic team. They knew exactly what they were doing. They set up in that 3-4-3 system, defended well and broke brilliantly. And I felt Arsenal were a little bit too naive today. We showed our age at times. I felt like we went into this game very inexperienced. I thought we started fantastically. We got the ball down, playing really good football, got a deserved goal through Jesus after pounced on a mistake. Then Saka got injured. And to be honest, right, from minute 1, I knew Saka was not ready, to be honest. Saka looked 70% at minute 1. I was thinking, nah, this guy ain't right, man. I don't know why you're playing him. He's hobbling around. Then about 20 minutes through the match, he actually was hobbling around. I'm thinking, right, take him off. We took him off, but still, that does not look good from Saka. The fact we were forced to take him off maybe looks like it could be something dodgy. I hope not, because that game on Sunday is massive. And you saw how the quality dropped off when Saka came off the football pitch. Regardless, it was 1-0. We're looking all right. But then we make a criminal mistake from David Raya. And this is the thing about David Raya sometimes, right? The brother's not used to playing for a big team, so he makes mistakes like this. He's scripting his pass all the way, man. Scripting it all the way. The ball's there. He's opened his body up, so you know he's passing the ball right. And he just dinked it so lightly. I speak about how I'm annoyed with Kai Havertz for his lack of intensity in his passes. That from David Raya was exactly the same thing. It's like he's playing on the beach. He's just looping it over to the fullback. Nah, man, this is Champions League football. That's going to get intercepted. It gets intercepted. Suddenly we're at 6 and 7s because the centre-backs have split for the pass in the first place. They break off that, score a fantastic goal, and it's 1-1. Either way, look, it's still only 1-1. 0-0, lads, as they say, right? But after we conceded that goal, we kind of fell apart. It's our first goal we conceded away from home all season. And it's like it shocked us. It's like we got a little bit shell-shocked, and the team fell apart after that. Ever since they scored to make it 1-1, we never played the same. Lens actually started to take control of that football match. And I thought, where's this team gone, man? Where's the team gone now? We're used to playing really good football. We just kind of fell apart by the wayside after that. We conceded that goal. I thought the rest of that first half, we were kind of limping along the lines, but we got into half-time regardless. It's 1-1. You're still thinking you can get something from this game. We start the second half quite good. We have a really good chance, golden chance from Leandro Trossard. I don't know what he's doing, bro. Put your foot through it, man, sometimes. Some of these players in Arsenal just try and place it too much, bro. Just put your foot through it, man. Put your foot through it. Sometimes you just need to do that. Either way, we don't take it, and they score a fantastic counter-attacking goal. Fantastic, man. Really good play down the right-hand side. Whip it in. You got all the centre-backs retreating. Saliba Gabriel retreating back into the box. Wahi, or however you pronounce his name, hangs back, edge of the box, and fantastic sweep and finish into the corner. Take nothing away from him one bit. Brilliant result, man, for Lens. They deserve it 100%. I thought they were the better team. And we lacked that real experience today, man. I looked at this Arsenal team and I thought, that's not an Arsenal team that's going to win the Champions League performing like that. Because we look naive. Because make no mistake about it, Lens are not the strongest team you're going to face in the Champions League. And I do believe that Arsenal actually play better against teams that are better because they're not going to sit back in a low block against us. But we still looked really off colour today. Like, if we come up against an experienced team, we could struggle. Because Lens right now were playing a really good 3-4-3 formation, really good defensively. They were allowing Arsenal possession. They were allowing us time on the ball, but they weren't allowing us to play vertical. It was a lot of sideways lateral passes. In that first half and second half, we had the ball a lot. But what were we really doing? Let's be honest with it. Were we really creating anything dangerous? I haven't got the stats on me. I can search up the stats right now. I guarantee Lens had more shots than us. I guarantee it. Let's look. Lens versus Arsenal. Lens had 10 shots. Arsenal had 11 shots. Pretty much even. But Lens looked like every time they went forward, they looked like they were scoring. Whereas every time we went forward, it's like we were kind of just passing it for the sake of passing it. There wasn't any verticality to our play. we waited until like basically the last 5 minutes for Declan Rice to play a ball over the top to Reece Nelson, who in my opinion should have started, by the way, or at least when Saka came off injured, Reece Nelson should have come on the football pitch, and that's when we actually looked kind of dangerous. When Reece Nelson went in behind, went forward, and almost, to be honest, probably should have scored. But it's one of those things. So sometimes you need to mix up your play. Look, I understand Arteta wants to build a really good footballing team, man. Beautiful football, tiki-taka, etc. But don't be afraid to play long sometimes and play direct. We've seen Man City play direct at times. We've seen Real Madrid play direct at times. The best teams, they're not the best because they play the best football. They're the best because they play a variety of methods of playing football, right? They're not always passing left, right, center. Sometimes it's over the top. Sometimes it's tiki-taka. Sometimes it's gegenpress. They're versatile in their methods of play. We've seen Man City come to the Emirates and play long ball and win that game 3-1. And no one's sitting there going, oh, Man City didn't deserve to win because they weren't passing the ball well. Nothing about that, man. Sometimes you got to play vertical. And I feel today, right, at times we should have gone in behind. It did not help one bit that when Saka came off injured and Vieira came on the pitch, Arteta missed a massive trick because what ended up happening is we had two wingers in Trossard and Vieira, and even worse when Smith Rowe came on, two wingers that neither of them want to run in behind. They're both come short wingers. Everyone wanted the ball to feet. Sometimes you need someone that's just going to spin in behind. There was one chance in that first half, right, where Zinchenko had the ball and Trossard faked to come inside, then went in behind. It was a fantastic move. We needed more of that. We need more players that wanted to go in behind and stretch the play, because when the ball goes in behind, right, it's simple. It's simple logic, right? If the ball goes in behind, the back four drops or the back three drops, right? That creates a space in midfield. When everyone's asking for the ball to feet, Lens compress. And when they compress, there's less space in the middle of the park. And when there's less space, you can't really get anything going because there's not enough space for the ball to be manipulated. And when you've got technical players on the pitch like the Odegaards, the Havertz, the Vieiras, they can't really do much when there's not enough space to operate on the football pitch. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like we really missed a trick in that respect. But look, it's one of those things. It's a learning lesson. I still think we have enough quality to get past this group. But it is a big L because we played our strongest team and we've lost. Do you get what I mean? Like, you might as well play the reserves at that rate because we lost the game anyway. If we're going to play our strongest team, we should have won this football match because at least then you can say, okay, we've won the game, 2 wins out of 2. Hopefully win our first 4 matches and rest the last 2. But it hasn't turned out that way. Jeff, appreciate joining you, my friend. I've been doing really well. Premier League takes a hit. Arsenal and United. Of course, I did pick Galatasaray to finish the group ahead of United. Galatasaray are winning 3-2. Is the game over, though? It was 3-2 at some stage. Obviously, Galatasaray is my Turkish team, so hopefully they win that football match. But yeah, Arsenal, big loss for us today, man. Was not expecting it. I had 3 skins going with Napoli round. I did not keep up with that one. What happened that? I think it was 2-2 last time I checked on the main screen. Great viewing, even if I didn't always like the result. Hey, man, that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. Saka ready for City on Sunday. We'll see. I hope so. Look, I hope it's a precaution, but that's the thing. The way he's holding his hamstring, and his hamstrings are dodgy, man. We already saw Martinelli go out injured with his hamstring for 2-3 weeks. This is the thing, right? Why did he play Saka? Even when the lineup came out, I was thinking, why are you picking that lineup, man? Why? Like, genuinely, he did not need to go that try-hard with Jesus, Rice, Saliba, Gabriel. You did not need to play that lineup, Arteta, man. You didn't. We've got a massive game on Sunday. You don't want to go into a hostile atmosphere like this playing that kind of lineup. I understand every game's important. I understand. But rotate, my friend, man. Rotate. Saka did not need to play. He came off injured almost 48 hours ago against Bournemouth. Why are you playing Saka? Now, I know you can say hindsight, but genuinely, at the time, as soon as the lineup came out, I said, why is Saka playing? Why? Reece Nelson is sitting there on the bench, and every time Reece Nelson comes on the football pitch, he never disappoints us. Not one bit. Because one thing Reece Nelson gives you is he gives you someone that A, will hold the width, which neither Vieira nor Trossard really do, and B, someone that's direct and can take people on. And you need that. You need that sometimes. Like I told you guys early in the stream, right? When Vieira came off the bench for Saka, which for me, in my opinion, was a poor play from Arteta, what happened is everyone came inside for the ball and there was no space in behind. When you're playing up against a low block, they want that. They don't want anyone stretching the play. They want everyone's come short because then the pitch gets condensed. And if the pitch is condensed, then they can do exactly what they want to do, man. They can enable you to just defend deep, defend narrow, and then they can't really do anything because you're stuck because they're just defending so deep and we can't get the ball in behind. What Reece Nelson would have given us is a player in behind. When Saka was on the pitch, we created so many chances because Saka was the outlet in behind. He was the one that was stretching the play out, and suddenly they looked at 6s and 7s, and we got a goal from that. When Saka came off the pitch and Vieira came on the pitch, and this is no knock against Vieira because I want Vieira to play in the middle of the park. That's where he's at his most dangerous. I don't want Vieira isolated on the right-hand side, out wide. But it's the wrong personnel in that position, man. What does Reece Nelson need to do to get off the bench earlier or at least start a game? Reece Nelson should have started today, man. When he started against Brentford, he was the goal scorer. He was the difference maker. Why is Reece Nelson not playing games, man? He gave him a new contract. Give the brother minutes. I don't get it. Like, Saka did not need to play today. And that's not a knock against Saka. That's not me having hindsight 2020 vision after he got injured. But genuinely, at the time, I was thinking, why are you playing that team? You did not need to go that try hard, man. But look, it's one of those things. Hopefully, Saka's back for the game against Sunday. But the worst possible thing is, right, we've killed all our momentum going into that Sunday game. After about 25 minutes in this match, I'll genuinely sit there thinking we're one of the best teams on planet Earth. Then we can see the sloppy goal and we fall apart, man. It's a bit of naivety, bit of an experience, but yeah, we need to patch up big time, man. Some shockingly bad distributions from goalkeepers today. Yeah, I mean, I've only watched the Arsenal game, so I'm going to watch the highlights for the Real Madrid, Man United game, etc. But that Raya distribution was terrible, bro. And this thing about Raya, man, Raya's been lacking recently. I'm not going to lie with you lot, yeah? He had a really good debut, really good debut against Everton. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really good in the Champions League as well against PSV. But in North London derby, I thought his distribution was awful. And again today, telegraph that pass, man. Bro, this ain't Sunday League. This ain't beach football. You can't open your body up all the way and just go, you know what? Open my body up, loop it over to the defender like it's just casual stuff, man. It's Champions League, bro. You're going to read that all the way. I saw that coming from a mile off, man. So you got to be a bit smart in that, especially because the way we play football is very risk versus rewards. Whenever the goalkeeper gets the ball, the centre-back split. It's how you're meant to play football, right? Centre-back split. Saliba goes one side, Gabriel goes one side, Rice goes down the middle, they split. So when you mess up that pass, bro, then the whole defense is in array. It's in shambles because the defense has been set up to pass out the back. They're not set up to defend. So as soon as they broke from that ball, 2 passes, they score a goal. While he gets the ball, lays it off, bang, in the back of net. Apparently handball. I'm not really going to comment. I didn't really see it properly even on replay. So it is what it is, bro. I'm more looking at how we messed up in that, which was a poor pass, in my opinion, from David Raya. But it's one of those things. Jordy, appreciate your stream, my friend. I will be streaming tomorrow for Newcastle versus PSG. So make sure you stay tuned for that, guys. It'll be an amazing game, hopefully. But this Arsenal is a weird team who won comfortably against league top of PSV, but lost the 15th place Lens. Bro, it's one of those things, man. I feel like we're just a little bit inexperienced, man. A little bit naive at times. We're a little bit tippy-tappy as well. That's how I would call it today. A little bit too tippy-tappy. We passed the ball well, especially in that first half, but we never really looked dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Like, we never really looked like we were going anywhere with the ball. We were just passing it. Whereas Lens, they played very smart. They were like, okay, we'll let Arsenal pass the ball. We'll let Arsenal pass it left and right. But as soon as they get it forward, we're stealing it off them and we're counter-attacking down the other end. They did that to perfection. It was a perfect counter-attacking performance from Lens. 10 out of 10, bro. Blueprint scripted. They're going to show it in PhD courses on how to counter-attack. That was Lens's performance there. And I thought we lacked a bit too much, man. It was a bit too obvious at times what we were doing. We lacked the cutting edge. There was no real in-behind play from us. Everyone wanted the ball to feet. I thought we were just poor by all accounts, man. We got a lot to fix up on. But look, we got a massive game on Sunday. If there's ever a game to rebound, it's Sunday. And I'm gonna make a point about someone that I've made a point about before, but I feel like it's relevant to make the point about them again, and that's Kai Havertz, right? I do not like Kai Havertz as a footballer. You can say I've got an agenda. You can say I'm scapegoating. I don't care. I do not rate Kai Havertz one bit, man. I don't. He's just not intense, man. He's just not intense one bit. And we need intense footballers on the pitch. Kai Havertz, look, I understand what he brings to the game. I do. But I don't think he's a player for Arsenal. I'll be honest with you. You can say it's early. I'm someone that thinks speed's amazing. Speed is the number one thing for me in football, bro. Do stuff, but do stuff quickly. If you're going to pass quick, shoot quick, move quick. Havertz is just too slow. It's the same with Smith Rowe. They're just slow, man. They lack intensity. We needed a real intense footballer today. So on Sunday, Partey got no minutes today. But if Partey's fit, on Sunday, I'm running Partey, Rice, and Odegaard in that midfield. Yes, it's a bit more defensive. Yes, it's a bit more conservative. But at least that midfield's got legs. That's what we need to see. Because Havertz, he's not intense enough for me, man. Times today, I'm seeing Havertz, bro, it's just slow. He had one time when the ball came over the top to me, he took a shot, yeah? It wasn't a bad shot by any means, but it was just a tame effort, bro. It's like he was passing it to the goalkeeper. It's like he was more concerned with actually connecting with the ball, making a connection on it, than actually shooting. So, look, I don't want to scapegoat and pick out Havertz today, but I just think we're lacking with him, man. Like, I'd rather see Xhaka play than Havertz in this team. I'll be real with you, man. Ramsdale's better than Raya. I don't care what anyone says. I'll be real with you. I think it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I think Raya at times is better, but Ramsdale, I think overall, he understands the game more right now. He understands Arsenal's team. Look, Ramsdale's been in this Arteta setup from the get-go, bro. From the All or Nothing documentary onwards, Ramsdale's been in this setup. He's been in every training session. He's understood Arteta's transformation, his process from minute 1 all the way to now, 2.5 years later. Raya came in about 2 months ago, man, or a month ago. What does Raya really understand right now? And it's no disrespect to Raya. Raya's really got to get to grips with it, man. And I understand Arteta thinks Raya's going to be the goalkeeper for him. Fine, fair. But Raya has to understand that he can't do certain things. Like, we have to understand, yeah, Raya's inexperienced as well. This is his second Champions League game. he came from Brentford. He's not come from some next brilliant team. He's come from Brentford, guys. Like, he's come from a team that made the Premier League about 2-3 seasons ago. It's not exactly a top tier team he's come from, right? So he's learning on the job as well. So we got to be patient. It's one of those things, man. Zinchenko and Rice are my man in the match. I thought Zinchenko was superb at times. I agree with you. His positioning was lacking, but you got to appreciate that's what Zinchenko does, right? If you want Zinchenko to slot in midfield, he's going to obviously leave the left back position void at times. I thought Rice was really good as well. I thought Odegaard was a little bit anonymous. I thought Saka obviously only gave him about 10-15 minutes. I thought Trossard at times was good, but at times lacked on the pitch. I thought Jesus scored a fantastic goal, and after that went a little bit missing, to be honest with you guys. Lost all his battles with the defenders. So I think there's a lot of players got to take a long, hard look at themselves, to be honest with you, man. Armin, appreciate John, my friend, that be doing really well. Horror show, man. So slow in build-up, and the technical quality was horrible. Arteta's decision-making questionable again today. Should have brought on Reece for Saka plus sub on ESR earlier. Brother, 100% agree with you, man. 100% agree with you. Arteta again, once again, showed his colours a little bit today. Showed his colours a little bit, because I give you 100%, man. Reece should have come on for Saka, because it was working with Saka on the pitch. And if there's anyone that's more comparable to Saka, it's either Martinelli or Reece Nelson. They're the only two players in this Arsenal squad that are actually comparable to Saka. I'm not saying they're as good as Saka, because Reece Nelson's not as good as Saka, but he's at least comparable in his style of play. And it was working with Saka on the football pitch. It was working having the right winger that was being fast, explosive, and keeping his width and running in behind. Why then changing up for a winger in Vieira who's going to do the absolute opposite, which is come short and go inside? Bro, if Saka's working at right wing and Saka's come off injured, at least bring on Reece Nelson, who will do a similar job to Saka, which is getting him behind and keeping him wide. It's what we needed. But look, it's one of those things. But I thought when Reece Nelson came on the pitch, he was dangerous. He had a really good chance. He probably should have scored, but I'll put it down to brilliant defending. Yes, United lost 3-2 and Real Madrid won 3-2 as well. There we go. I'll watch those highlights after, which would be fantastic to see. Sandy, appreciate John Stream, my friend. They've been doing really well. This is the worst performance of Arsenal. The manager is just stubborn. Yeah, worst performance this season. I do agree with you in that respect. I thought it was a poor performance, man. I thought, to be honest, right, that Arteta really missed the trick today. Really missed the trick. I think he missed the trick, A, of the team selection. You did not need to go that strong, brother. You lost the game anyway. Now, I know you could say he didn't need to go that strong and we would have lost the game for a weaker team, but I don't think we would have, man. Because I think what we needed in this game, right, was a bit more of experience. My team for this Arsenal game, those of you that watched the preview would know my team. I would have gone for a completely different team, man. Completely different. I would have gone for Ramsdale in goal. I would have gone for Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Smith-Rowe. Was it I think it was Havertz. Smith-Rowe, Havertz, Reece Nelson, Nketiah, and Vieira. Or Odegaard, I can't remember. I would have gone for a much changed team. I would have gone for the same team played against Brentford. But Brentford away is a tougher game than Lens away. Make no mistake about it. And we got a good result against Brentford. Today, we played our strongest team. The problem with our strongest team is, right, I feel like those players were playing knowing they had a game on Sunday on their minds. I'll be honest with you. I know you shouldn't play like that, but I genuinely believe the players that played today, because most of them are starting players for Arsenal, they were playing today knowing they didn't want to get injured for that game on Sunday. They played today knowing they had a game on Sunday to play. That was the problem. I feel like a lot of those players on the pitch today weren't giving it their 100%. And I don't want to dig them out because that's a very harsh thing to say, but I'm saying subconsciously they thought that. If you put a Jorginho on the pitch, or you had a Reece Nelson playing, or an Nketiah playing, players that probably aren't expected to play on Sunday, they would give it their absolute all today on the pitch, knowing they could get a spot on the team on Sunday. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like the teams today, I feel like the Arsenal team today was lacking a little bit, man. Lacking a little bit, because sometimes these players, right, you got to give them an opportunity. Because players, they're not stupid. They understand that there's bigger fish to fry. Everyone wants to have a simplistic mindset that, oh, every game you take it one by one, every game is as important as another. But Arsenal players know, the fans know, that game on Sunday is the biggest game we're going to have all season long. That game against Man City. We've not beaten Man City in the Premier League for yonks, man, 6, 7, 8 years now. We have to win that game on Sunday. So the players that are playing today, the Rices, the Sakas, the Odegaards, the Jesuses, etc., they're playing today knowing, I better not get injured. They're playing today knowing, oh, I better not have a stinker. Because we've got that game on Sunday I can't wait for. Let me not go 100% because I don't want to get injured for that game on Sunday. Do you get what I mean? What he should have done, Arteta, is rotate the squad today, play the Jorginhos, play the Reece Nelsons, etc. Because then if they have a really good performance, they can think, right, if I have a 10 out of 10 score a hat-trick, I might get a goal in that game on Sunday. Do you get what I mean? Now, obviously, hindsight's 2020. But anyone that watched my preview for this game on my channel, become a channel member, by the way, first link in the description to check them out, they would know that that was my team selection. I went for a weaker team in this game. And I say weaker, but I say a tactical team selection. We did not need to go gung-ho in this game. We did not need to go with our starting 11 because, lo and behold, we lost the game anyway. You went with your strongest team and we still lost. You may as well play the under-20, is what it is, but Arteta needs to learn from this. He needs to learn, man. Sometimes the team selection is important because Don't play your strongest team when you got an important game the next game in like 3 days' time, because it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. See, man, I appreciate my friend, doing really well. I just watched Real Madrid. They were so bad, but still managed to win. But that's Real Madrid in a nutshell, man. Now talk about mentality. Real Madrid, that's them in a nutshell. I guarantee Bellingham scored as well. I didn't watch the game, but I just know Bellingham must have scored, man. That is a tactical team and a winners. Real Madrid are winners, man. They'll find a way to win football matches. By the way, just to put this result into perspective, Lens are 15th in their league. I know they're even lower in Liga than my football club are in the Prem. Yeah, but this thing, Lens won their previous game. And look, they're a dangerous team, Lens. I could see from today. Lens were what I'll call Lens is like the equivalent to Brentford in the Premier League. They're very pragmatic. They're not technically amazing. They're not the best team in the league by a mile. You can tell. But what they are is pragmatic. Everyone knows their role. Everyone knows their system. And they play football in a very smart manner. So you got to give them a heap of credit for that. I'll be there for tomorrow. Are you going to St. James's Park? If you are, big up, man. Big up that. It's going to be exciting in St. James's Park. 100%, man. I can't wait for the game tomorrow. No, I'd appreciate you on stream, my friend Malia. I hope you're doing well. Mikel Arteta's getting the tactics wrong. I think the team selection was terrible today, man. Terrible. I like how the Premier League has been humbled. So many people forget there are good teams in Europe. Yes, 100%, Tommy. I appreciate you on stream, by the way, my friend. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Because look, these Premier League teams going into these games thinking they're going to do well. And look, Galatasaray's boxed Man United. I can't wait to watch the replay for that game, man. I'm so annoyed I couldn't watch both matches because I'm a Galatasaray fan. In my Turkish team's Galatasaray. So I would have loved to watch that game, obviously. And for them to beat Man United, that gives me a heap of credit, man. I mean, that gives me a heap of joy. I mean, that really does put a smile on my face. But look, Arsenal lost. It's one of those things. Yeah, delighted for my Turkish team, man. Really happy for them. Great. Plus, Saka shouldn't be playing 100%. I agree with you. Anyone that saw my preview said, don't play Saka, man. Bro, I saw a funniest tweet the other day, right? I saw the funniest tweet. Someone tweeted saying, if Arteta managed Denmark during the Euro 2021 championships, he would have kept Eriksen on the pitch after he collapsed. I was thinking, bro, that's so true, man. If Arteta managed Denmark during the Euro 2021s, he would have kept Eriksen on the pitch after he collapsed. What's Arteta doing, bro? Arteta, he's literally like, bro, you have to play. He told Saka, bro, you have to play, man. Saka has to play. He will not give the brother a break. He will not let him sit on the treatment table for 1 minute. Bro, I couldn't believe it, man. Like, give the brother a rest. Give him a rest, man. Every Arsenal fan saying, rest Saka. Rest him for that game on Sunday. And he continues to play him. I don't get it, man. The brother needs some time off. I understand he's on a streak right now, like it's Snapchat. He's going to get his streak up. But the brother does not need to play all these minutes, man. I'm telling you. Because he's crying out for an injury. He's crying out for it. And look, lo and behold, it came today. Hopefully it's not a long injury. And the doctor's there. They need to inject some dodgy stuff into him. But we need him to get back to that game on Sunday. Because we saw how much we dropped off when Saka came off the pitch, man. We dropped off massively. People called them camera lens. Who's laughing now? Hey, man. I didn't call them camera lens, but certain people must have. We drew with them 1-1 last time. Well, lens. Yeah, that was ages ago, man. That was basically black and white TV. They ain't no punks. He's obsessed with Eddie. Yeah, I would have started Nketiah today, to be honest, bro. I would have started Nketiah because at least if he started Nketiah, he wouldn't play on the weekend. That's how I look at it. Real Madrid are the greatest winners, 100%, man. That's one team I don't want to play against in the Champions League. If you want me to avoid one team, it's Real Madrid and Man City. I'll take Bayern Munich right now, to be honest. Happy for God to say 100%, man. Delighted. I'm going to watch the replay after I finish with this stream. By the way, man, I wish I could react to football matches on stream, but obviously, you know, copyright, T's and C's, fair use, etc. I could. But that would be so cool. Imagine if streamers could actually react to football games on stream. Like, I wouldn't even mind if TNT Sports took all of the money. Like, if I didn't get monetized for it, I wouldn't mind one bit. Genuinely, I wouldn't. If literally I could react to games live with me, split screen with the football match showing, and I wouldn't mind if TNT Sports took 100% of the ad revenue. I wouldn't even mind, bro. Take all the money. Just allow me to do that because it'd be absolute vibes. But I guess it's one of those things. I would have loved to see. Like, even if I could react to those 3-minute highlights on YouTube, that'd be sick, man. But that's the way it goes. He's a very arrogant man. Yeah, Arteta is, but this is the thing. Every top manager has a level of arrogance. Anyone that's ever done anything in life has a degree of ego and arrogance to them. The thing with Arteta is, you could say it's unjustified because what has the man actually won? Let's be real with it right now. I don't want to be harsh, but what has Arteta actually won at Arsenal? Because he's won an FA Cup and a Community Shield. That's it. Pep's got arrogance, but at least Pep's arrogance is warranted because he's won the Champions League, the Premier Leagues, etc. Top managers have arrogance, the Mourinho's, etc., but it's warranted. This man doesn't really deserve it. I'll be real with you right now. Like, and the Arsenal fans, right? These Arsenal fans, they've dropped a new chant for Arteta, I've heard. They've given him a new chant. Brother, what has he won for a new chant, man? I'm hearing reports Arteta's getting a new contract. What has he won for a new contract, bro? Like, there's literally, I've heard reports that Arsenal want to give Arteta a contract extension until 2028. Are these men smoking bush to be giving him a new contract until 2028? What's happened to this football club? Yes, I'm a fan of Arteta. I'm not saying Arteta out one bit, but I'm not the only one that understands, right, that there's a difference between doing well and winning. Arteta's done very well. Great. He's been rewarded a new contract from before. 100% agree with that. I understand. You get your next contract when you win a trophy, my friend. Because like I've said before in football, there's a difference between great managers and winners. There's a clear distinction. You made a point, Tommy. Real Madrid are the greatest winners. They didn't play well today. You made the similar point saying Real Madrid did not play well today, but they won. There's a difference between good managers, great managers, and winners. There's a clear distinction. There's been a lot of really good managers in the world. Really good managers, but will not be remembered as great managers because they didn't win enough. And Arteta right now is a really good manager, but he hasn't proven he's a winner yet. If he was a winner, he would have won the Premier League last season because statistically, it was the biggest bottle job of any Premier League season. Statistically, I'm not saying on paper it was. I'm not saying on paper we didn't face one of the greatest teams of all time in the treble-winning Man City team, but statistically, last season was the biggest bottle job of all time. If you gave me a Carlo Ancelotti, a prime Jose Mourinho, a prime Sir Alex Ferguson, maybe even a prime Arsene Wenger, they would have won the Premier League from Arsenal's position in April last season. I promise you that. But Arteta bottled it. So right now, Arteta, for me, I don't want to have this assumption, and I hope to God it's not true, but right now, I've got the assumption that Arteta is not a winner. And it's a very, very bad thing to be associated with. You don't want to be associated or be synonymous with a man that's not a winner. Because everyone knows this in life. There's people that are winners. Whether we like it or not, these people just win. That's all they do. They win. Even when they're not doing well, they win. They get the promotion. They get the award at the end of the year. They get the bonuses. You don't know why, they just get it because they're winners. And Arteta right now hasn't proven he's a winner. And so for me, you do not give that man a new contract until he's won a major trophy at this club. When's his current contract run out? Let me search up. When does Arteta's contract run out? If it's 2026, I think it's 2026. It runs out in June 2025. Okay, 2 more years. Perfect. So what you do, yeah? You give him 2 more years. You give him this season and next season. If he doesn't win a trophy this year or next year, you don't even bother extending his contract. Away you go, my friend. Goodbye. Next manager in the door. That's my opinion on it. I'll be tempted to say if he doesn't win a trophy this season, I'd kick him out. Genuinely. Many will say it's harsh. Many will say, oh, but he got you to this stage. Without him, you would have still been 8th, 9th, etc. Maybe. But this is a ruthless game. Leicester won a league with Ranieri. Next season, he was gone. Leicester were almost relegated the season before Ranieri won the league. Do you get what I mean? Football's a ruthless game. It's a ruthless business. Chelsea, why have Chelsea won so many leagues in their past? Because they're able to change their managers ruthlessly. Doesn't always work, but sometimes you need to be ruthless. I'm not Arteta out, not by any stretch of imagination. I've got 100% faith in Arteta. But this man does not deserve a contract extension, bro. Anyone that tells you he does, they're smoking bush. This man, he doesn't get a contract extension until he 100% wins a major trophy at this football club. And not an FA Cup, a Premier League or Champions League. His contract runs out in 2025. If you don't win one by 2025, goodbye, my friend. In comes a new manager. That's my thoughts on it. But yeah, let's continue with your comments. What comment was I on? I can't remember. I know Gala received so much hype in social media and from their fans, but never thought there would be this much good. Big up Galatasaray. And it's the thing, man. I don't really watch Turkish football, but Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are both unbeaten, I believe, in Super League. So big up them for that. This is the thing, right? They got a lot of foreign players. The Icardis, the Wilfred Zahas, etc. Lucas Torreira. So when you got a lot of foreign players, they've been around the place. You know what I mean? And they're all right. They're quite decent. So I didn't think Galatasaray would beat Man United, but big up them for doing so. I can't wait to watch the highlights, to be honest. For United today, Højlund was outstanding. The rest of the team stunk. Højlund's a good player, man. I've said this before on stream. Anyone that's watched my streams before will know that I've said Højlund's a really good player, man. I've got a lot of faith in him. I think he'll be a really top striker for Manchester United. Galatasaray are a big club. Massive club, man. Galatasaray are a massive football club. If he doesn't win anything, I want him gone. Goodbye, Mikel. Tempted to agree with you. Look, the only way I would not sack Mikel Arteta at the end of this season, I wouldn't sack him before the end of the season. Make no mistake about it. But if we get to the final of the Champions League, or we get knocked out of the Champions League to like a Real Madrid and it's like really dodgy. It's like, you know how Man City got knocked out to Real Madrid 2 seasons ago, where it was like a last-minute goal, etc. If something dodgy like that happens, fine. But if we get bounced out of the Champions League in similar fashion to what happened last year to Sporting Lisbon, and we lose the Premier League finishing 3rd, I'll be tempted to say Arteta needs to walk the plank this season, man, at the end of this year. I'll be tempted to say it, bro. This man, I can't lie to you, do not give this man a contract extension until he wins something of major note. Not an FA Cup, not a Carabao Cup, not a Community Shield, a Premier League or Champions League. Do not dare give him a contract extension until he does that. Because I want this man to prove he's a winner. I want this man to prove he is a top dog in this world. Because this man just done a fantastic job. But is he a winner? That's my question mark. They are, Tommy, but today was their first win ever in England. Really? I didn't know that, but big up, man, God's side for that. Willie Jeff, that surprises me. It does, man. Has any Turkish club won in England? I think Beşiktaş and Fenerbahçe. I don't think they have. Well, I don't know, to be fair. I don't think they have. I can't remember if I have. Well, I'm assuming the announcers who mentioned it several times are correct. My mood is ruined due to this. Arsenal FC moments. Appreciate you, my friend. Hope you're doing really well. Forget next year. He's gone in May 2024. Yeah, I'll be real with you, man. If he doesn't win a trophy next season, I mean, this season it's looking dodgy for Mikel, man. No, got a first ever Turkish team to win on English soil. Hey, big up them for that, then, man. Big up them for that. Big up Galatasaray for that one. 30 managers in 13 years. Is that Chelsea? I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Why can't we perform in the Champions League? I'll be real. Is Arsenal cursed in Europe, guys? Let me ask that question. Are Arsenal cursed in Europe? I made this point earlier in stream that Arsenal are the biggest club, in my opinion, to never win the Champions League. Are we cursed in Europe, guys? Now, obviously, I was born in 2002, so I was alive, but I wasn't conscious enough to really watch the Champions League final in 2006. But those of you that have watched it will probably tell me that we kind of just we got done over. Obviously, we got a red card early in the game. We still went 1-0 up, and then obviously, I believe that was Barcelona's first goal offside or something. We basically got done by they came back and won the game. Barcelona 2-1. I've seen enough heartache in this Champions League, man. I've seen my Arsenal team lose 5-1, 5-1, get destroyed by Messi twice, get destroyed by Monaco at home. I've seen my Arsenal team lose to Barcelona in prime conditions. I've seen my Arsenal team, I've seen my Arsenal team lose 4-0 to AC Milan. Are we cursed in Europe, guys? Are we? Because how does this Arsenal team never won a Champions League? This Arsenal team's gone invincible, man. Invincible. Do you know how hard that is? It's probably easier to win the Champions League 3 years in a row than it is to go invincible. Genuinely, I'll be honest with you guys. I think it is. It's easier to win the Champions League 3 seasons in a row than go invincible in the Premier League, in my opinion. And we've done that. Why do we flop in Europe? Where is it, man? Like, are we just cursed? Do we have like a Yaya Toure curse on us? I don't know. But who knows, man? Wow, historic for Turkish football then. Hey, big up Turkish football. This is my take. Arteta's done well, but now Arsenal in a position where you can try and win and get a winner in. See, you and hit the nail on the head, my friend. Hit the nail on the head. And I agree with you 100%. And this is the thing, right? Because Arteta got you to this position, you reward him by giving him the trust and faith that you allow him to take this team through and give him the first chance to try and win something with this team. I 100% agree with that. You don't just sack him as soon as you get to a good position. He had last season. Last season, I'll allow him because it was it wasn't a free hit because I don't like that term, but it was a bolt out the blue. No one expected us to challenge for the title last season. So I'll give him that. This year, you got expectations and pressure on your shoulders, my friend. Everyone is expecting Arsenal to do well. Everyone knows when a title challenge. You spent 200 million in the summer, bro. You bought in Declan Rice, the biggest Premier League transfer this summer. I don't care about Caicedo or any of them, man. Declan Rice for me, man. Biggest transfer in the Premier League this summer. You bought in Urian Timber. Fair, he got injured. It's fine. It's one of those things. You replaced Aaron Ramsdale with David Raya. Massive call, but you're ruthless. You made it. And for me, where you really stunk it up is you brought in Kai Havertz, man. I will not forgive this man for signing Kai Havertz for 65 million. Honestly, we could have brought in James Maddison for 40 million and we could have saved 25 million and brought in a backup right winger. And we would have been good, man. Imagine we brought in Maddison and Moussa Diaby or Maddison and Pedro Neto, for example. Oh, that would have been miles better, man. Miles better. But it's one of those things. What can you do? But yeah, Arteta's got a heap of pressure on his shoulders. We could not let this man. Arsenal, the thing's the Arsenal fan base as well. Look, I don't want to dig out my own fan base, obviously, because I'm an Arsenal fan myself. But I feel like our fan base is very soft. Our fan base is so soft. I've seen on Twitter, man, go, oh, we've got a new chant for Arteta. What do you mean a new chant, bro? He ain't won anything. And A, you're bringing a new chant. B, I've seen other Arsenal fans. If I asked them on Twitter saying, should Arsenal sack Arteta if he doesn't win a trophy this season? I guarantee the majority of the poll will say no. Why? Well, I don't get it. Why are Arsenal fans so, soft? Why are we so, I don't want to say loyal because loyal's considered a good trait, but I want to say not deluded because that's a bit harsh, but why are we so just blindingly loyal? Just so blindingly just backing the manager like he's the next best thing. Arsenal fancy Mikel Arteta as Pep Guardiola. Brother, Pep Guardiola is Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta is Mikel Arteta. Can Mikel Arteta reach Pep Guardiola's pedigree one day? Yes, but that's one day. It's not there right now. Nowhere near. Guardiola would not have lost this match today. 100% not. He would not have played Saka today. So I just think that Arsenal fans are being a little bit too high up on Arteta, to be honest, man. Arsenal will get out of the group. I don't see you getting near winning it. Well, here's the thing, right? We've got the fourth best odds to win it. On paper, this team's good enough to win the Champions League. On paper, we are. But let's be real right now, man. Will we do it? Who knows? I think Arsenal was the first Turkish team to ever win a European trophy. Guess which club they beat in the final? No clue, but let me know. That was was that in the 90s? I'm pretty sure they won in the 90s. Was it actually Arsenal? I thought was it Arsenal? No, Manchester United. No, who they beat? They won. They won in 2000, and it was Arsenal. There we go, man. They beat Arsenal. There we go. I was thinking it must be Arsenal. I just searched up. It's Arsenal. I think Mikel Arteta will only get us halfway up the mountain. I don't want to be harsh, but I've got an inkling to agree with you. We don't have any sting down the flanks without Saka Martinelli. Exactly, because they ain't got pace, bro. RG12, you're 100% right, because they ain't got pace. That's why we should have brought on Reece Nelson. Man. Because at least Reece Nelson will give you some kind of pace in behind and some directness. I'm not saying he's as good as Sancar Media. I don't believe he is, but at least he'll give you pace. We needed that, man. Arsenal style of play is not suited for European football. I agree. The thing is today, yeah, we made a mistake and we never recovered. Man. So that was the problem with us, in my opinion. Robin, I appreciate you, my friend, have been doing really well. Lens is magic. They were good today, man. Really pragmatic. They've got 4 points out of 4. I'm pretty sure Lens is top of the group. I'm pretty sure Lens is top of the group, if I'm not mistaken. Champions League group stage, Lens, I believe, are top of the group. And for them, fair play, man. So you got to give them a heap of credit for that. We lack European pedigree. We do 100%. Was it Arsenal, C1? Yes, it is Arsenal. In 2000. I thought it was the 90s, but to be fair, late 90s, 2000. No curse, just poor in European football. Yeah, we are. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a curse, but I just think that we need to definitely try to improve our play in Europe. Because look, you're going to get found out in Champions League football, man. You get found out. The thing about Champions League football is it can be very good and very bad. We've seen teams like Tottenham get to the final of the Champions League when they were struggling in the Premier League. If you're on it in Champions League football, you can go very far. But if you lack even once, you can get bounced out easy in the knockout rounds. Because you can have one bad game and you're finished. We've lost 4-0 to AC Milan. Even when we won 3-0 in the return leg, it wasn't enough to get through. Do you get what I mean? Why is Havertz getting scapegoated? He wasn't the worst player on the pitch by a million miles. I'll be real with you, RD12. Yeah, I don't like Havertz one bit. I really don't like him. You could say I'm scapegoating, but I don't rate Havertz as a footballer one bit, man. Not one bit. So you could say I'm scapegoating him, but I'll be real. I think he's crap, man. I think Havertz is crap, bro. I don't swear on this channel, but you know what I'm thinking of. He's just not intense, man. Like, genuinely, I can't wait till Partey's back. And if Arteta dare goes back to that Partey right back, I swear I'll lose the plot of it, man. Arteta, bro, when Partey's back fit, I wanted to see Partey get 20 minutes today, so I know he'd be fit for the game against Man City. For me, this is the team you play against Man City if Partey's fit. Raya, I will play Ramsdale, but Raya, I understand, yeah? Raya, I'll play. Okay, look, I'll do my team. Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel Zinchenko, Partey, Rice, Odegaard. If Saka's fit, Saka, Jesus, Trossard. That's the team to play Man City, in my opinion. Forget about Havertz. Forget about Vieira. Don't worry about any of those ones, man. You got to play Partey. Don't start this Havertz guy. He stinks, man. United is appreciate you joining the stream. My friend have been doing really well. United is destroyed by fans. Last season, they were complaining about De Gea for not being a ball-playing keeper, even though he had 17 clean sheets last season, and now he United are with Onana. Yeah, Onana stinks, man. Onana is stinking the gaff up, bro. But yeah, I do have faith in Onana, to be fair, though. So hopefully he will turn it around. And it's the thing, right? Højlund played well today. And you got to give Erik ten Hag some time. I don't think he'll get much time. And here's the thing, right? Erik ten Hag's very lucky. He's very lucky because the Man United fan base is more kind of pissed off at the Glazers than Erik ten Hag. Because if it was a good owners, all the attention would be directed on Erik ten Hag right now. But because the owners are stinking the gaff up right now, and everyone hates the Glazers, the owners have taken all the brunt of the blame right now. The fans are just going Glazers out. Not one of them saying Erik ten Hag out. But so I think he's allowed some time because of that. But look, you're at Manchester United, my friend. You're the biggest club in England, in my opinion. You got to get the results around quickly, man. It was Arsenal the answer. Why football? There we go, man. There we go. Lens is top with 4 points. Arsenal 3, Sevilla 2, PSV 1. Well, there we go, man. 4-3-2-1. Lens top of the group. Who after being top 4? Who would have thought? I can't stand Kai. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. Don't worry about it, man. I know you're not. Don't worry about it one bit, man. I have to Simon, appreciate you, my friend, have been doing really well. Have to question Arteta sometimes. People that was absolutely, bro. I agree with you, man, 100%. Look, you might have missed my run. I'm not saying I'm Arteta out, but I'm not off this performance. But for me, I am Arteta questioned, meaning that I'm a realistic fan. I feel like certain fans, right? And I'm not saying all the fans. I say the vocal minority of fans are very staunch. They're very extreme. Some are 100% Arteta out. Some are 100% Arteta in. For example, you've got fans like Lee Gunner, for example. He's Arteta out. He makes it loud and obvious. Then you've got other fans that are just 100% Arteta in. Like we could lose 4-0 today, they'll still be Arteta in. Do you get what I mean? For me, I'm realistic right now. Am I Arteta in? Yes, Arteta in for now because he's doing well. But if this brother does not win a trophy this season, I'm not counting the FA Cups and Carabao Cups because you might say it's a bit fickle or a bit, you could say ignorant to think this, but I don't care about the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Genuinely, I couldn't care one bit, man. I've seen Wenger win the FA Cup enough times. I do not care about the FA Cup one bit. For me, I care about the Champions League and Premier League. Win those two trophies. That's what I care about. If Arteta fails to win the Premier League or Champions League this season, his job comes into question. If he gets the final of the Champions League and finishes second in the Premier League, we'll give him one more year. One more year if he gets the final. If he gets bounced out the round of 16 or quarterfinals, like he did last year to Sporting Lisbon, and if he gets bounced out if he finishes third in the Premier League or second in the Premier League and he's miles off Man City, for example, question marks are going to be lifted over Arteta's head. Because I question if Arteta's a winner. That's what I'm yet to see. That's why I've got a question, to be honest. I really don't know why he's there, Rory. Sorry, yeah. I'll be real. That's why I'm not reacting to the comments, man. That's why I'm not reacting to his comments. I'm not sending PayPal links. Yeah, don't worry. I'll just tell you not. Don't worry. M6 Leo, appreciate John Stream. My friend, they've been doing really well. Arteta out, brother. I hear you. Not too fast though. Not too fast, man. We got time. But look, give him this season. Arteta has this season, but I am not one of the fans that's giving Arteta saying, "Oh, you know, Arteta's doing really well. Contract extension in the summer. This, that." No. Not by any stretch of imagination. For Arteta, it is win a trophy this season. I've got expectations for you, my friends. If I ever see Arteta in the street, I'm shaking his hand saying, Mikel, I've loved what you've done in this job. But my friend, this year you have to win a trophy. I'm going to shake Arteta's hand and say, brother, Arteta, if I see him outside Waitrose or something, Arteta, I really appreciate what we've done at Arsenal Football Club. You've done a fantastic job from where we are 3.5 seasons ago to what we're doing now. Brilliant. But my friend, I'm putting pressure on your shoulders. You have to win a Champions League or Premier League this season. You have to. You got to be sitting there and telling your players, we're winning this year, man. None is competing. None is putting the pressure on. We're winning a trophy this season, and it's a Champions League or Premier League. That's what I'm telling him. Waiting to hear Erik ten Hag's new excuse for this loss. Let's see, man. Because look, United, if I thought it was bad for Arsenal, for United, bro, that's 0 points out of 6. They are at major risk of getting knocked out this Champions League. Major risk. Havertz lacks intensity. 100%, bro. 100% hit the nail on the head, man. To fit in an Arsenal system like Xhaka did, he just lacks the energy to play and has less impact. Brother, if I could take those words and put it on a poster, I would. Exactly the same thought process as what I've been saying, man. Exactly the same. He's just not got intensity. Is Havertz a good footballer? Yes. At times, he's a good footballer. But does he fit Arsenal's system? No, because he's not intense. He's not fast. We need fast players. Xhaka brought energy, like you said. He brought tenacity. He brought combative nature. Every single aspect of the game, Xhaka was better than Kai Havertz in. Xhaka was a better defender. He was more aggressive. He was a better passer, in my opinion, than Kai Havertz because Xhaka is underrated in his passing. I think he's a better outside-the-box shooter than Kai Havertz was. He's better than Havertz, bro. The only thing Havertz has over Xhaka is height. That's the only thing. He's a bit more of a giraffe. That's it. And then he's starting to get my bloody nerves. I thought actually Zinchenko had a decent game, to be honest, man. I thought he had a decent game. So, yeah, I'll be real with you. I think that Zinchenko had a decent game. The thing about Zinchenko is, right, we have to understand that he's obviously going to go forward at times. That's what he does. He's going to slot into midfield. So you got to appreciate that. We're going to have space at the back that he's going to leave void at left back. That's just what it is, man. It's risk and reward, right? It's just one of those things. If you want Zinchenko to do his best, he's going to have to go into midfield. I don't think he had a bad game one bit. Ten Hag will be sacked by Christmas. If it continues like this, he will. If it continues like this, he will, man. Today was Easy Onana's worst match since he joined United. I didn't watch the game, but I can't wait to watch the highlights, to be honest. Here's the thing, right, though. I think low-key the Glazers might keep Erik ten Hag in job because while Erik ten Hag's in the job, it means at least that the annoyance is divided between the manager and the owners. If United had a really good manager in there, right, that everyone was behind. Like last season, for example, Erik ten Hag was doing fantastically. So all the energy was on the Glazers. Right now, you got about 80% of the energy is around Glazers, and about 20-30% of the energy is towards Erik ten Hag. If Erik ten Hag goes, then suddenly it's all the energy is back on the Glazers again, and they've got all the hate directed towards them. So let's see, man. I think Erik ten Hag will keep his job for now. Arteta came out and said the Saka injury does look good. Does or doesn't look good, bro. If I hope that's not a typo. I want to see what Arteta says. Saka injury. Saka injury. It doesn't look good. Oh, long day, man. It doesn't look good. See, yeah, Fabrizio Romano just tweeted it, man. Saka's injury doesn't look good. What did I tell you, lot, man? This is why this manager pisses me off right now, man. Because I tweeted it before the game. It pissed me off, bro. Why did you start Saka, man? Why? Why did you start Saka? You had no reason to start Saka this game, man. No reason whatsoever. This manager pisses me off sometimes, man. He just clueless sometimes. Clueless, bro. Anyone with half a brain cell, you don't have to be Einstein to figure out that Saka came off injured against Bournemouth 48 hours ago, and suddenly you think, oh, you know what, he's fit enough to play today. Bro, come on, man. Like, just have some brain cells. Engage your brain, man. League on a high. Yeah, bro. One of those things. Arsenal fans are crazy. We are a bit, man. We are a bit. Onana did so many mistakes with the last Bayern Munich match. He had conceded more goals than the games he's played. Yeah, I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised one bit. Arteta will never win a major trophy. He isn't good enough. Manager that couldn't even win the Europa League. I'll be real right now, man. I mean, it's a dodgy one. It's a question mark, to be honest, man. It's a question mark. I'll give him this season. But we do look a little bit naive and inexperienced at times. That stems from the manager, bro. The manager is a team. Is a reflection of the manager. If your manager's inexperienced, the team will be inexperienced. If your manager's flamboyant, the team will be flamboyant. If your manager's calm, the team will be calm. The team is a reflection of the manager. Ancelotti is a calm figure. He's a calm manager. He sits there, one eyebrow up, and he just observes. No reaction. Just observes. Like this. Why do Real Madrid suddenly play like assassins? Arteta. Jumping all around, everywhere, anywhere, throwing his hands around. Suddenly this Arsenal team turns into, they just become very flamboyant and aggressive. We don't need that, man. We just need calm heads, man. Composure. Arteta is the Spanish Gareth Southgate. Yeah, bro. It's harsh. It's harsh, man. It's harsh. Xhaka, bro. I miss Xhaka as well. Okay, maybe not that deep, but still, yeah, not that deep, man. Not a lens way, lol. We had 100 voices there, right? Keep it 4. Mikel never learns. Risky behavior. We're already knee high in injuries. Yeah, bro. Why is he starting? Oh, it just pisses me off, this manager sometimes, man. Like, why did you start Saka today? I just don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Like, why? I don't get it, man. I don't get why. I'm looking at Twitter right now. I don't like, bro. Why in this game do you have to start all those players, man? I just don't get it. I'm looking through Twitter. By the way, guys, follow me on Twitter, by the way, or X as it's called. It's the first link in the description. Crap performance, and you got Saka injuries. It's a double negative, man. Double negative. I don't get it, man. It's just stinky. So stinky. But yeah, at the same time, you got to credit Lens because Lens were fantastic, to be fair. But now we're going to game against Man City without Saka. That's what it looks like. Because if he's injured, he's not playing against Man City. If it doesn't look good, he's not playing. If it doesn't look good, he's not recovering in 5 days' time. I'll tell you that for a fact. So look, inshallah, he injects him with some super healer or whatever he does, but it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I'm still pissed about a draw at Spuds, let alone this time. Yeah, bro, don't remind me, man. Even that annoys me. If we beat Tottenham on last weekend, we would have gone A, unbeaten. We would have been the only unbeaten team in the Premier League, and B, would have been above Man City in the league right now. But it's one of those things, man. Football is football. We can't be too annoyed about it. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, I'll be real, because that game on Sunday is so big for us, man. Man City have got no De Bruyne. All right, here we go. See, one just says it. They've got no De Bruyne, no Rodri, no Bernardo Silva, and no John Stones. And we've gone out there and we've injured Saka before that game. Why, bro? It's like financial suicide. It's like an F1 team, right? Having a race on Sunday, and they've got practice on Friday, right? And Lewis Hamilton or Charles Leclerc or Max Verstappen has gone and driven his Red Bull on the streets of Monaco 2 days before the race and crashes it. Why, bro? Keep it locked away until the weekend. Keep Saka locked away until the weekend. Why are you playing him today? Why? You were asking for an injury. Like I saw the tweet earlier, man. If Arteta was the manager of Denmark during the Euro 2020s, he would not have taken Eriksen off the pitch after collapsing. That's what Arteta would have done, bro. This man does not learn one bit. I would have bought Barella instead of Havertz. Bro, genuinely, I would have as well. Even if paying 20 million more, he was a versatile midfielder and would have helped Rice with Odegaard in the final third. Bro, anyone but Havertz, man, because that guy's not intense at all. I would have had anyone that at least brought some kind of, what's the word, intensity to the team. Some kind of like intensity, tenacity. I would have brought anyone, man. But look, it's one of those things. But yeah, I'm going to start to wrap up the stream now, guys. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. Also, have lost our first loss of the season. It's coming October, but it's one of those things. I will be back tomorrow for Newcastle versus PSG, another massive Champions League game that I can't wait for. And then we'll be back on the weekend for the Premier League fixtures. Let's run through the fixtures we've got for this Premier League weekend. So, Premier League fixtures. So, oh, by the way, Luton Town lost 2-1 to Burnley. I didn't even realise. So, big up Burnley for getting their first win of the season, I believe. But yeah, so this weekend, we've got Saturday, Luton Town versus Tottenham. I'll be there to stream after that one. We've got Man United versus Brentford. I'll be streaming after that one as well. So 2 games on Saturday I'll be streaming after. Then on Sunday, the massive one. Arsenal versus Man City. 4:30 p.m. kickoff. 6:30 p.m. stream starts. I want everyone right here on YFootball, where hopefully Arsenal get a win. Hopefully. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm just hoping we get a win. But yeah, that's a massive game on Sunday. I can't wait for it. Can we get a win against Man City? I bloody well hope so, man. Havertz still's a living through. Oh, fully, man. Fully. He's the most paid player at Arsenal. He's the most paid player at Arsenal as well, man. I couldn't believe it. They have a signed. Chelsea fans were all celebrating on Twitter. Obviously, in hindsight, that hasn't helped this club either, but still. Bro, exactly. When he came from Bayer Leverkusen, it's like they signed the biggest wonder kid. When Arsenal signed Havertz, I was sitting there, the only one on Twitter. Well, I wasn't the only one, but I was pissed, man. Because I spent the whole of last season and the season before slewing Havertz for his crap performances at Chelsea. Crap performances, and we go and sign him. Imagine, man. I did not think, any part of me did not think that we were going to sign Havertz this summer. Not one part of me, man. But it's one of those things. But yeah, I'm going to go sleep. I appreciate everyone. Actually, I'm going to watch the highlights for the other games. I appreciate everyone that's tuning into the stream today. If you're new to make sure you do subscribe to my road to 5,000 followers. Check out my Instagram and my Twitter. It's the links in the description. Check it out, man. It's where I post all about football when I'm not obviously streaming on this channel. And as always, guys, I love your interaction throughout. Bring the same energy, hopefully, tomorrow for Newcastle versus PSG in the Champions League. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys all for tuning in and hope to catch you all in my next one. Take care.